back to the Graceful Tangle YouTube channel. I'm Amy Kate and I am so happy that you are here today. Before we hop into the video, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and then click that notification bell right by the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I have a really fun video for you guys today. I'm going to be unboxing, reviewing, and doing a little demonstration of this new crochet hook set that I recently was sent by my friends over at Knitter's Pride. This is the Zing crochet hook set. I have this same needle set and I absolutely love it. I have had them for quite a few years now. Actually. And I love them. It's one of my favorite sets. And so I was so happy to get my hands on the crochet hook version. I was super interested to try these out, and I'm going to be sharing all of my thoughts here in just a second. But I will also be linking this hook set down in the description box. I will include the link to the set itself, the yarn that I'm going to be using to kind of play around with the hooks, and then also a discount code for this set if you would like to try it out yourself. It'll be good for these hooks, but then also any other hooks or needles that you would like to try out as well. So definitely be sure to take advantage of that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Let's talk about what's included in this set, my thoughts about the hooks themselves, and then try them out a little bit. Alrighty, so here's what the crochet hook set looks like in its case. Really nice fabric case with a strong zipper, which is always a good sign in my opinion. It's also very, very thin, so it's super easy to transport or slide into a project bag or luggage, anything like that, which I also think is really handy. And then if we open it up, here is what all of the hooks look like. So we have sizes ranging from a 2.75mm to a 6mm, as well as each size is a different color, which personally I love. I love when hooks are different color, when needles, interchangeable needle tips are different colors based on the size. This is how the interchangeable Zing needles are as well, and I also have that set, and I really like having that to kind of differentiate between the sizes. But yes, here's a closer look at the hooks inside the case. They are held within these little kind of like elastic rubber loops, which are very snug, which I also love. They are definitely, they're not loose at all. They're not going to come falling out when you open up the case. They're a little tricky to slide in and out, but I would, like I said, I would prefer to have that than have them be a very loose fit and then have them slide out, in and out of the case. So now that we've looked at the case itself a little bit, let's slide one of these hooks out. I'm going to take the larger one just so that it's easy for you guys to see on camera and take a closer look at it. So one thing that is easy to notice off the bat, some crocheters are going to love it, some are going to dislike it, and that is just the overall shape of the hook. You can see that the throat is not super deep. The head is nice and rounded, and then the shank is pretty long. These are all features that are my preference in crochet hooks. This is my favorite hook shape. I find that I can crochet the fastest with it, specifically with this rounded head rather than a really pointed one. I also like the shank. I like how it gets to the largest part quicker, how the throat is nice and short. This shank is what determines the size of the crochet hook itself. So this is a 6mm hook. We can see that it's a little bit hard to tell, I realize that, but before we even get to the little colored section, it already reaches that 6mm diameter that determines the size of the hook. It just helps me with uniform stitches that are all the same size. I find that if the throat is deeper or if the throat of the hook is longer, my stitches are going to be a little more distorted based on just where the loops are on the hook when I slide them off. So all of this is personal preference. I think if you love hook shapes like this, you will really enjoy these hooks. If you prefer a deeper throat or a pointier head, you aren't going to enjoy these hooks. It's kind of just that cut and dry, I think. But like I said, I really enjoy them because of those defining features. Another thing that I really love is the size. It is engraved in the grip of the hook, which is typically where your thumb rests. These are just aluminum hooks. They do not have another grip on them. Again, sometimes that makes it a little bit uncomfortable for some crocheters. I find that I do prefer a grip, but I do not have to have it. I have used these multiple times already. I have really, really enjoyed them, and I have not had any issues with discomfort or speed or anything like that being impaired by the fact that there's no grip or anything. So just kind of keep that in mind maybe. I will also say that these are very, very light hooks, even though they are aluminum. Sometimes they can have a bit of weight to them, and these I find do not. So just something else to note. And then if we turn the hook to the back, the size is also printed on the back side of the grip. So we can see right here it has the millimeter size, and then on the back it says J or 10, which is both the US letter and then the number associated with it. So you might find all three of those helpful. I like that they include all of them. It's a little bit easier than just having the millimeter size, and then it's a little bit more clear than just having the number or the letter. So I like that they include that. I have some yarn here, and I thought I would crochet a little bit, just a tiny swatch to kind of show you the hook in action. I will link the yarn that I'm using down below if you like to check it out. Of course, this crochet hook set will also be linked down in the description box, as well as that discount code for you guys. So I'm just going to make a little slip knot and place that on my hook. And just kind of chain a few stitches and let you just watch me crochet with these hooks. I am fully enjoying them for sure. But I always find that it's helpful to see something in action before I decide to purchase it. It's kind of the closest you can get from holding it in your hands. So I'm just doing a few double crochet stitches. You can see that I tend to hold the loops on my hook with my finger. I think that has a lot to do with the shape of the hook. I learned to crochet about 8 years ago now. I learned to crochet using a hook shaped like this. And so I think I just kind of developed that habit of holding my hook, my loop on the hook so that it doesn't slide off. And so now it's just a force of habit. And so I don't mind it at all. I do it like, total muscle memory. Even if I try to stop, my finger just kind of automatically goes to that point. So that might be due to the hook shape. That might not be the greatest thing that I do as a crocheter, but like I said, it's just habit now. It does not bother me in the slightest. I can try to not do it, but it's like just not as comfortable. It feels so strange. Anyway, so trying some half double crochet stitches. You can see I'm having no issues with the loops, jumping off the hook at all, which that really frustrates me. So I like that the throat isn't super deep, but it's deep enough to where the stitches aren't going to fly off while I'm trying to pull through just to complete a stitch. I will also say that a lot of that issue has to do with the weight of yarn you're using compared to the hook. If I were this is a worsted weight yarn. If I was using a bulky or super bulky weight yarn with the 6mm hook, my stitches would be much more easily or likely to kind of slip off like this manner. And obviously that can be pretty frustrating. So just kind of keep that in mind too. Always choose a yarn that suits your hook well. I like having a few different hook shapes in my stash or in my arsenal just so that I can choose one that pairs well with the yarn that I'm using. But yeah, so here's what these hooks look like in action. I really enjoy using them. Like I said, I have not had this set for very long, but I have already used them quite a few times. And I find that they are really comfortable to use. I've had no issues with, hand discomfort because of the shape, or even like I've gotten blisters here before, but by holding a crochet hook, and I haven't even gotten that. The aluminum is nice and smooth, and feels nice. It's not rough to your hand at all. But that's what the hooks look like in action. I highly recommend them. Like I said, I will link the set down below. You can purchase them individually or as part of the full set, like I have. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this little review demonstration video helpful. Definitely let me know your thoughts below in the comments, and if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future.